Hello, welcome back. This is Kenshin1913 and we are Let's Playing Syberia. In the last episode, we made it to, Arlbad. And now here's this old woman that we're gonna meet. Hopefully her name is Helena Romanowski or whatever.
Madam Romansky?
Romansky.
Madam Helena Romansky?
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you, ma'am. My name's Kate Walker. I've come on behalf of Frank Malkovich.
Ah, Malkovich, the old son of a gun. Are you one of his relatives?
I might be.
Not exactly. He's a good friend of my mother's. He told me you might be here in Arlbad. I'm American, a lawyer.
To what do I owe your visit? You have come so far. It must be important.
Now, why are we
Indeed it
wearing
is.
masks?
I have very delicate and pressing business to attend to. I have just left.
Later, my dear, later. I have a slight headache. This hotel mask, they pinch so. I have to go in. Please, could you be so kind as to call my valet?
Your valet, of course.
Of course. So let's go find the valet. Which is this guy, apparently.
You back here again? How dare you show your damn face round here? Get out of here immediately!
Please, I absolutely must find...
Miss Romansky! Oh, yes. I'm sorry. She managed to lie her way in here. Don't matter how vigilant you are, there's always one. But it won't happen again. She'll be out on her ear before you can say, I hope she hasn't upset you too much.
Oh, Felix. Stop being such a grizzly bear. This woman is my guest.
She's your guest? But that ain't possible. This vandal didn't even know you 3 hours ago.
Be quiet, Felix, before you offend someone.
Miss Romansky, please. This maniac turned up earlier and tried to wreck the fountain. If it wasn't for the...
I said enough, Felix.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Please treat Miss Walker with the respect befitting one of my friends. Don't touch and don't swear. Have I made myself clear, Mr. Smetana?
Yes, yes, crystal clear, Madam Romansky. Please do accept my humble apologies.
Yeah, thanks.
Very good, Felix. You may go now.
I'll be your guest, be your guest. Be your guest. There's a bell? There's no bell over here on the pier. Oh, here it is. There it is. Sometimes this stuff hides in the foreground. Here it is. Ring that bell. So did this used to be water or something, or? Oh, okay. I just rang the bell. Pull the chain to ring the bell. I'll ring it again, I don't care.
If that's going to work. If that's going to work. If that's going to work.
Alright.
Looks like something's missing.
Look at the, alright. Look at the post, then the pier, get the bell. Run back to the other side of the pier, put the bell on the post. Pull the, alright, I guess. Where the hell's the end of the pier? No, not over here. End of the pier here, or end of the pier on the other side? There's no thing over here. I don't know, I'm assuming it must be in the front. Let's go. I'm just gonna take a bell. Where the hell do I... Oh, here we go. This is a rather inefficient way to have a valet. For sure. Alright, now we gotta go... We gotta go south. Alright, let's see. Pull the chain, ring the bell, open the door, run south, and run through the arch, return to the dining hall, and talk to James. Oh, I guess... Wait, is he over here? Where the hell is James? No, we got a cup. So we're good there. Now what the hell, I'll just take a run around, I guess. Shit, I don't give a shit. That's locked, right. Right, let's run this way. And this way. And this way. And what the hell, let's go this way. Let's talk to this guy.
James, what are you waiting for? Don't tell me you didn't hear the bell this time.
Oh, that's
The bell did indeed ring, but it is very windy outside, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit gusty. But what's that got to do with it?
Madam doesn't understand. She says an automaton doesn't need protection, but my insides don't like the salty wind.
Oh, boo.
I'm afraid to go out, you know.
And if you wore my mask to protect you against the salt, would that help?
Oh, most certainly.
What? So yeah, that's James the automaton.
Katie Pooh. So, have you met her yet? This Helena person? What's she like? Does she remember Frank?
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, sure. I met her, and yeah, she's living in Arrowbad. You can thank Frank for me again.
I'll remember too, honey. So, what's Arrowbad like? Maybe Frank can take me there one day.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's this seaside resort, Ma, but it isn't what it used to be. You'd be real disappointed.
Maybe you're right. So, when are you coming home? Is that mission all over then?
Not really,
Close.
Ma. I still haven't found the heir I'm looking for to wrap up the case. Helena Romansky's a kind of detour here.
Listen, Munchkin. I get the distinct impression that you're being led up the garden path. Why don't you just come home, tell your boss this heir just doesn't exist, that you've done all you can, et voila. Do you want me to call him for you?
Nah.
Ma, please, don't get involved. Looking for Hans Varlberg is what I'm being paid for. But I also just want to find him for myself.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're just as stubborn as your father.
This is like a version.
Don't complain that your mother didn't warn you.
A journey of
Don't worry,
self-discovery.
I won't.
It's like a journey of self-discovery. And look who it is. It's Helena. Let's talk to her.
It's a real honor to meet you, Madame Romansky. People have told me so much about you.
People still talk about me. Oh dear.
Of course. Everyone tells me how wonderful you were. How you were one of the greatest singers of the century.
Yes, you were.
Ah, so I was, my dear. But surely you didn't come here just to dig up the past.
Alright, so let's talk to her about... What's his name?
Like I said, I'm a lawyer, and to tell you the truth, I don't know much about classical music. But after talking to Mr. Borodin and Mr. Malkovich, they really made me want to hear you.
Oh, you are too late, my child. 10 years too late. And how is dear Frank? Do tell me. Oh, I am still angry with him for leaving like that to America. Don't be offended, but I never suspected those cowboys actually have an ear for real music.
Yeah, not a
I
big
don't think he
fan.
sings much anymore. The odd gala, the odd charity event. Anyway, he sends his love.
Oh, his love. Do you hear that, James? There is someone who still loves me on the other side of the Atlantic.
Never said they didn't, madam.
What about this other gentleman? What is his name? Borodin? Do I know him?
Yes, you once sang in Komkalsgrad. An incredible recital, if the director's account is anything to go by. If you only knew how moved he still is. He's another one who still adores you.
Yeah, you should go see
I
him.
must confess that seeing one of my greatest admirers once more would do wonders for me, but... my voice. It is so... I couldn't.
Alright, well, let's keep talking.
I'm wrapped up in a case at the moment, and because of it, I met a certain Mr. Sergei Borodin, director of the Komkalsgrad Industrial Complex, situated to the northeast of here.
I remember that factory. A sad city indeed. What am I saying? They all were.
Madame Romansky, this Borodin is one of your biggest fans. If you could come and sing for him there, it would make one of his biggest dreams come true.
Yes, it would, and
Sing?
help me out.
Oh, my poor girl. I have not sung for years. Time has taken its toll. My voice is like the rest of me. Faded and wan, like my heart.
Oh.
Aren't you going a bit far there? I bet you've still got a great voice.
Oh, you are the sweetest cherry, my dear. I am not senile yet, but I look reality in the face every time I look in the mirror, and I can tell you, singing is something I did in the past.
Alright.
Madame Romansky, please understand I would never have come so far to disturb you if I didn't really need your help.
Yeah, I do.
I understand, my dear.
I need your help
But my
badly.
health is failing me, as does my voice. Believe me, no one is sadder than I.
You got one last hurrah on you. Before we ask about
Look,
hands, let's talk about
Please,
everything else.
you absolutely have to come with me to Komkalsgrad. It's the only way I'm going to get my train back and be able to carry on my journey.
Which,
Your
ironically...
train?
That's right. I've been traveling on this amazing locomotive with this automaton engineer. He isn't a million light years away from your James.
Yeah, James is pretty good.
Do you hear that, James? And automaton? You have a twin brother? How delightful. And I thought I was the only person alive able to put up with such a peculiar butler.
Yeah.
Permit me to express my surprise, madam. Surely the fact that I remain in your service guarantees my uniqueness.
Oscar isn't my butler, though. He has a great independence of thought. Sometimes he does whatever suits him.
Yeah.
Just
not
like
do
you,
what I
James. Isn't
want.
that funny?
Madam will not be surprised to hear that she is strongly advised not to undertake a journey that, unless I am very much mistaken, will tire her needlessly.
Yeah, well, this won't.
James, only one of us will make that decision, and that person is me. I'm very curious to meet your automaton, my dear. Where is it?
He's in,
He had to stay with the train in Komkalsgrad. The director used his hands for the final touches on his pianist. It's the same pianist that will accompany
I
you
can't
when you
stop laughing
sing.
at that word.
How quaint.
No, not really. Yeah.
Another automaton.
I'm an adult.
And this one
Not
can
really.
even play along with me? Play for me? Ah, why does my voice abandon me so now?
Alright, let's ask her about
You
herself.
must have had a fantastic life. So exhilarating.
Ah, much more than you could ever imagine. I used to sing the finest melodies of the moment in the most fantastic theaters around the world. I have been hailed by kings and courted by princes. Grown men would sink to their knees when they heard the first notes of my recital.
How nice.
My voice could break crystal glass and hearts. Many hearts.
Oh, look at that.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, you're cool.
Then one day sickness steals away the gift life has given you. My voice started to betray me. I started to get migraines. My health failed. They sent me here to let the spa town weave its healing spell. I was only going to rest for a month, but then the month became a year and the years get longer.
That's a shame.
But you look so healthy to me.
Oh, thank you, my
You're like the
dear.
healthiest old lady I've ever met. Now let's talk about Hans.
Strange. I get the impression that Hans Vorarlberg turned up here, too.
Yeah.
You know Hans Vorarlberg?
Not really.
Not exactly. I'm looking for him to sort out this inheritance case. But I've had to snoop around in his past a bit to get on his trail, and I guess he's kind of a close friend now. You knew him, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I knew Hans Vorarlberg. Do you hear, James? Ah, if you had had the chance to meet Hans. My Hans. Oh, my God. What has become of him? Where is he?
I don't know.
As questions go, madam, that one is not without certain complications.
Where
I'm
is
sorry,
he?
but I have no idea. That's the goal of my mission, to find Hans Vorarlberg. That's why I have to get back to my train as quickly as possible
Yeah.
and to get out of Komkalsgrad.
Yes.
And you cannot find him without the train?
The train is one of his last inventions. So is Oscar, the automaton engineer. I get the feeling that the two of them are going to lead me to him.
Did you hear that, James? I might see Hans again. I have dreamed so long of meeting my dearest sweetheart
Are
again.
you guys in love or
Oh, if
something?
only I could sing. If only I were in Paris, I would ask George for that miracle cocktail. The one that only he knew how to make. Wouldn't I, James?
Yes, madam. As you have frequently said, without that famous cocktail, your French tour would have probably been cancelled.
Interesting.
I don't understand.
An extraordinary tale, my dear. It was December, and it was terribly cold and damp. I had to play the role of Tatiana that evening at the opera. But since the morning, I had lost my voice.
Oh no.
It drove me completely mad with worry. I don't know how George, the barman at the Moritz Hotel,
Oh, look
heard
at
about
that.
my affliction, but he brought me up a cocktail that he had invented. A strange concoction. But it turned out to be a miracle cure. My voice returned to me in an instant.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's just what we need. We're going to mix you up a
I'm
cocktail.
gonna get you drunk.
Ah, my dear child. It is impossible. George never told me the recipe of the drink. He loved to keep his trade secrets. He said it made him absolutely irreplaceable.
Very cool.
Well, I'm going to get George to tell me. He hasn't yet met with my powers of persuasion.
Yeah, Kate knows how to make a man bend to her will.
I'll let you get a bit of rest. Thank you for listening to me.
It was a real pleasure, my
So now
child.
what we need to do...
You are a charming young lady, and simply talking to you has warmed my soul.
Well, don't worry. We're gonna warm it some more with some booze. So let's look at the, hotel brochure. No. Let's look at it again. Get that number, baby. 464333643. Boom. We're gonna call his A up. We're gonna call him up. We're gonna get some cocktail secrets. 643.
Hello, Hotel Moritz?
Reception here. Can I help you?
I'd like to talk to Mr. George. He's a barman at your hotel.
I'll connect you with the bar. Just a moment.
Nice. Liking me that music.
Hello, hotel bar?
Hi, I'd like to talk to George, please.
George? You mean Mr. George?
Mr. George.
Yeah, probably. He must have been a barman at the Maritz in the 50s?
Yeah, that's like 40
Well,
years
don't
ago.
want to disappoint you, but Mr. George stopped working here quite a while ago. What was it about?
I've been told that Mr. George had a recipe for a fantastic cocktail, and only he knew the ingredients. I absolutely must know what was in it. It's a matter of life and death.
I'd love to help you, ma'am, but you see, old George, now he knew a lot of cocktails. One hell of a barman and one hell of a reputation.
Yeah.
He did write down his recipes before he left. But if you can tell me which one you were looking for exactly?
Probably the one.
I don't know. There are a lot of them, you say?
Yeah. The Paris Peking Shuffle, the Deep Green Secret, Boco Poco, Blue Helena, Red Mambo.
Blue Helena.
Helena! Yeah, that's the one. The Blue Helena.
Right, I'll take a look. Blue Helena, you say? Let's see. 1 measure of vodka, 1 measure of blue curacao, 1 measure of honey, a dash of lime and ice cubes. Shake it all together, and Bob's your uncle.
All right, Bob.
Perfect. Thank you very much, sir. You have been most helpful to me.
All right, thanks, Bob. All right, let's, this thing here is a bar. It's a cocktail bar. Let's look over here, I guess. All right, so we got ourselves some stuff. We got to, let's put the vodka in here. The vodka goes in there. And then we're actually going to do this in the next episode, since this is one of the toughest things to do in the game, because of it's just odd. It's just a really odd thing. So this has been Kenshin 1913. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.